Hello, my name is Duncan Moss, and I'm a lay minister here in Verwood, and this is my thought for this coming week. I have recently returned from watching a number of different events at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. The athletics for me was the highlight of my visit. The atmosphere in the main arena was really something quite special. I saw how talented the running teams were from Kenya and other countries in East Africa. Watching all this, I remembered something that took place many years ago in the Mexico Olympics. One of the contestants of the marathon race then was a chap called John Arkwari, who represented Tanzania, which borders Kenya. During the race he fell and severely injured himself on his knee and ankle, and lost any chance of a medal. By 7 o'clock in the evening, an Ethiopian had won the race. Eventually all the other competitors had finished their race and had been cared for, and just a few thousand spectators were left in the huge stadium in Mexico City. A police siren at the gate caught their attention. Limping through the gate came number 36, John Arkwari. His leg was wrapped in a blood-soaked bandage. The tiny audience began to cheer the courageous man as he completed the final lap of the race. Later, a reporter asked John the question on everybody's mind: "Why did you continue the race after you were so badly injured?" He replied, "My country didn't send me 7,000 miles to begin a race. They sent me to finish the race." That is quite a powerful modern-day story, and each one of us can learn something from that. St. Paul, in one of his letters, referred to an athletics race when he wrote, "Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize." But he is drawing a comparison between the race the runners run and the race that each one of us runs, and that is the race of life. In many ways, each one of our lives is like a race. Not that we have to come in first, but that we have to complete it and stay on track all the way, despite any difficulties that we may suffer. Does not God want us to deal with the trials and tribulations that we go through the best way possible, so that we can say, just as John did, that we finished the race, even if it was not record-breaking time? The difference is that whilst it is only the first three who gets medals in the Commonwealth Games, in God's race it is everybody who finishes that is awarded a medal. Later in Paul's letter he writes, "Everybody who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last. But we do it to get a crown that will last forever." And so, if we are to receive a crown that will last forever, surely a bit of difficulty in our lives is nothing compared to the eternity of having that crown that God will give us when we finish our race. Our present difficulties will pale into insignificance. We are therefore encouraged not to stop doing what God wants us to do. Isn't it interesting that the person who came last in that marathon race, John Arkwari, is remembered far more than the person who actually won the race? Have a great week, and thank you for listening.